Good morning, church. This is for daily devotion. I'll start with a small story that I'd read a few days ago. So, one day in a busy airport, a young mother struggled alone. Her little toddler was in a full tantrum mode, yelling, screaming, crying, kicking, and refusing to board the plane. And this poor young mother, overwhelmed and heavily pregnant, she finally gave up, sinking to the floor in frustration, covering her face. The poor thing, she started to cry. And perceiving the situation, suddenly 6 to 7 women travelers, all strangers, unknown people, they formed a circle around this mother and this young child. And they started sharing a few snacks, giving water, a few gentle hugs, and a few nursery songs. And this loving circle, soon they calmed the mother and their child, who then finally boarded their flight. What a sweet illustration this is. This illustration is a beautiful truth that reminds me of Psalms 125, verse 2, where it says, "As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people, both now and forevermore." For those who have visited Israel would know how the city of Jerusalem is surrounded by mountains on all sides, and among them are Mount Zion, Mount Moriah, and the Mount of Olives. And it reminds me of how, in the similar way, God surrounds his people by supporting and standing guard over our souls, both now and forevermore. And especially when we go through a tough and difficult days, one thing that we need to do is, I don't think we should be looking downwards. Rather, we need to be looking upwards. I was reminded of Psalms 121, verse 1, where the psalmist says, I will look up to the hills from where comes my help, which means he meant to say that I will lift up my eyes upwards and not downwards. And the latter part of this verse says, "My help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth." And in closing, I was reminded of another verse from Isaiah chapter 46, verses 3 and 4, which is a beautiful promise that says, "Listen to me, O house of Jacob, all you who remain of the house of Israel, you whom I have upheld since you were conceived and have carried since your birth." Verse 4 of this chapter says, "Even to your old age and your grey hair, I am He who will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you, and I will sustain you, and I, the Lord, will rescue you." What a beautiful promise to hold on to. So, church, as we begin a new day in each one of our lives, I want to encourage each one of you who's listening to this message that the Lord is not far away, for that He cannot reach us. All that we got to do today is hold on to this promise from Isaiah chapter 46, verses 3 and 4, that when we choose to believe on God's promise that God has given us, we will be rest assured that the Lord our God will sustain us, He will protect us, and He will deliver us. Amen. Have a wonderful day and a beautiful week ahead. God bless you.